Hello, Red Brick Productions here with another LEGO review. Today we have set number 60233, Donut Shop opening with 790 pieces. And without further ado, let's get into these minifigures. I'd like to say in the description below, there will be a link that will lead you past the minifigures if you don't want to hear the minifigures right to the build. So for the first figure, we do have this kid. They don't give names for any of the characters other than the police officer. But this kid, he does have some pretty cool torso. The torso is becoming less and less common, I feel like. No alternate face. Just a plain yellow face. He is happy. He does have this really cool hairpiece. And you actually can give the kid, they show him a lot with the propeller hat. So if you take off his hair, you can give him the propeller hat. Yeah, I feel like that's a really cool look for this kid. And that's really it for this figure. So here is the only named character in the set. This is Duke Detain, the new police chief. It used to be Chase McCain, but now it's Duke Detain. So, yeah, he's pretty cool. They do give him a hairpiece as well as a helmet for when he's on his motorcycle. The torso print's pretty good. It does say police on the back. He does have an alternate face with him without glasses, which will be when he's with his motorcycle helmet on. But I do like him better when he has sunglasses on. I don't know, I think that's cooler. But here he is with his helmet. And if we were to flip the face print around, here he is with his helmet with that face print and with the hair. So yeah, this is a pretty good figure. I do like getting him in the set. So yeah. So for the robber of this set, he's pretty common, I guess. It's like the average Lego City robber. The gray pants, the dark torso with the striped criminal outfit. He does have a red crowbar, another common Lego City criminal weapon, and the robber beanie, along with that cool face print. So yeah, this is a super classic robber figure in Lego City. So not really much else to him. I do like the torso though, the printing on that. No alternate face though, because it would show. So yeah, that's it for this figure. So here we have the male coffee shop worker. He does have the Larry the Coffee Guy torso in a way. It's just got the coffee guy, the Larry Coffee Guy logo. Like here we have Larry the barista, which is Larry the Coffee Guy, and you can see he has the same little coffee thing. Yeah, I just happened to have him right next to me, so yeah. Yeah, so I guess City Coffee is part of the Lego movie. I don't know. But that is a pretty cool torso. Really no back torso printing. Alternate face, there isn't any. Most of the figures in this don't have alternate faces, which is quite annoying. But yeah, that's it for the coffee guy. Here is the Karen figure. Now, of course, her name isn't Karen in the set, but that is the Karen hairpiece, and of course, this just looks like a Karen figure, so, yeah. Pretty simple. No back torso, no back face printing. Just one face print, and really simple figure, and not much else to say other than it's cool to get a Karen in the set. I don't really know. But yeah, that's it for Karen. So here we have the crane operator. This guy, he has a cool torso printing. No back face printing because it would show through the helmet. They did not give him an alternate hairpiece, but there's his face print without the helmet. Pretty good figure. I do like that torso print. Very detailed torso print. But yeah, not much else to say for the crane operator. For the female coffee worker, she has the same legs and torso as the male coffee worker. Her face print, for her back face print, there's none. But she does have a pretty common face print. So that's really it for this figure. So here's the taxi driver. Pretty cool torso print. I do like how that looks. For the face print, you do get this kind of creepy face print. I don't know. It just gives me a creepy vibe. No back face printing because you would see it if there was because of the hat. And overall, it's a pretty good figure. There's not really much to say about all these figures because they're really simple figures. So yeah, but that's it for this figure. So here is the reporter figure. She does have a plain gray microphone. Pretty cool torso printing. Really not much else there. For face printing, she does have glasses on. No back face printing. Again, these are really easy like figures. They're not really too detailed. So yeah, that's really it for this figure. Here's the cameraman. You can't really see his face because he does have the camera in his hand. But if you take that down, you see it uses another gray microphone. This is a pretty simple camera build. But if you see his torso, he does have an NH on it, which came in the Ninjago City Dock set, which the NH stands for Ninjago High. So apparently this guy either bought a Ninjago High jacket or he is a Ninjago High School graduate. So I just find that kind of funny that like out of all the torsos LEGO has been using for this set, they include a Ninjago one. No alternate face because again you would see it. Back torso printing pretty cool. The face pretty simple. Again, these are super simple figures. I wish they would have given us more exclusive figures. But then again, this is a city, so you can't really expect much. But that's it for this figure. So I thought I'd start off with this TV 6 Plus news van. Pretty simple build. They do have a little spot here, which I did put the microphone in. You do have a driver here, which they have, oh goodness, I just took off his hat. They do have a seat and a steering wheel, and the driver can just sit right there. They do have another way to open this up by lifting up the roof, but of course for figures you would open up the back, which they do have the news reporter in here with some little controls. And I also sort of just threw the camera in there. But they do have some printed controls, which those are actually not as common as they used to be. But you do get 2 of each of those. So yeah. You can close the doors up. And of course on the roof you do have a little antenna here as well as a satellite which can go up and down and be rotated around. Full 360, and they do have a little ladder to get up there. So yeah, for the most part, this is a pretty good vehicle. I do like how this news van turned out, and yeah, let's move on. Next, we have a taxi, which is super simple. I feel like they've done this before, but not as a taxi. You just pop off the roof. There's space for 2 minifigures, though they'll be super crowded. The poor taxi driver who has people blowing down his neck. They're so close. Does have a little steering wheel, and there are no seats, just 4 studs. Oh, no, 8 studs in there for 2 figures to sit. Super simple build. They do have some stickers. 2 on the sides that say taxi, 1 on the top, 1 in the front, and 1 in the back for the license plate. But yeah, I do not like how it is super crowded, though. That is quite annoying. I wish, since this is quite an expensive set, I wish they would have expanded it out more, just so that you can really get the full, like, taxi thing build, and not just, like, this tiny, cheap little taxi. But that's really it for the taxi. So this actually goes with the donut shop. This is like the donut shop cart. So the cool thing about this is that it does have a new piece where if you take off this, it's a bike but without the front, so it can connect to a cart like this. And this just gets pushed along with these wheels. They do have 2 little coffee cups here, some little pastries. They do have a little menu with a croissant, which there is no croissant on this. You can't really see the sticker that well, but that is a sticker with a croissant. They do have the little coffee cups, which you can actually take off if you're actually kind of stuck in there. But you can put them down here, and that's a little coffee maker. Of course, they don't stick. Like, if I push that just a little bit, they'll fall off. So they can go there, but you can fill up 2 of them with the 2 little nozzles there. This is a really cute build, I feel like, and it's perfect. It's a really cool coffee cart, and the minifigure can just sit on the bike and hold on to the handles. So yeah, that's a really good build. Probably one of my favorites out of the vehicles, actually. So they do give you a police motorcycle, which is a pretty simple build. It just has the frame, and then they do have some accessories of this, which can be taken off, and some handcuffs on the other side. And of course, Duke Detain can just go on there, and super simple, just drives across. I do like how that looks with the 2 stickers here. I wish they would have added maybe a little bit on the front, like a windshield, like some blue there, just so it looks more like a windshield. But for the most part, it's pretty good. The figure can just sit there and then clip their hands on. So yeah, super simple motorcycle, and it does the job. It's really cool though. For one of the other vehicles, they do give you a skateboard, which the little kid can ride, and super simple build, 3 pieces, the same skateboard as they've been using, and yeah, it's pretty fun to play around with. So yeah, that's one of the smaller vehicles. So this is the biggest vehicle, and this is a crane. Yeah, usually in the big city ones that are like the capital city, this one, they always come with a crane, which can get quite annoying. But this one's pretty cool. In the front, you can't detach it, but the front does have space for 2 minifigures, though they only really have 1 that goes with this. They do have a coffee cup there, and 2 doors on each side. Sticker on each side as well, so if I flip this around, you do have a sticker there. What I do really like about this, though, is the front. I really like how they used all these pieces to get this sort of front. I do love this. Just this part makes me really happy, how the part usage right there. But now let's get into the crane. So if you're doing this, you would actually take these out and put them down. They do have 1 on each side, which these actually kind of help, because I was playing with this a little bit before I did this review, and I was lifting up the donut, which you're supposed to do with this, and it started to tip over because I didn't have those on. So those actually are effective. Here you can twist this, and it just goes up. What I don't like is there's a sticker with the turn thing. Like, do we really have to have a sticker there? Like, it's quite obvious if you build the set. Like, I don't need a sticker there. No one needs a sticker there, but turn this, goes up. You could also pull this out. Woo! Pulled it a little bit too far out, but you can do that. The donut actually would go here if you put it on. So how you would get the donut up is you would take off this chain, just part of it, and you would put the donut through the chain, and then right there. Oh goodness. Yeah, it can be kind of hard, but once the donut's on there, it's pretty good. And then you just raise it up. It's pretty fun. And you can turn this a full 360 degree, And it does have no, not a full 360, sorry. Because there is that knob there. They do have two tools. They got a wrench here and a little hammer there. But yeah, this is super simple little mechanism. I do like getting that clear gear piece though. So yeah, that's really it for this crane. For the toy shop, they do have this little sign here which can be detached to go off to the side. I do like how this is built. They do have a little box outside with the net. I do like how the windows are a little bit back, and then this is forward and that is back. I feel like that's just a cool little design thing right there. Here they have the toys and the two little balloons here. On the side, they do have a sticker, just a little teddy bear. Apparently that teddy bear is new. Inside, really, really simple. They have a little train there, a little whirly cap, which has the little propeller on it, a teddy bear, and a guitar. Here, if I go to the front, there you can get a look at those better. The door does open, close, pretty simple. I do like the whirly cap, though. If I take this off, they do give you a new piece with the whirly cap, which is really cool. And then for the cash register, they just have this little computer here. And then, of course, Karen can just stand right there. Yeah, super simple. It looks like I'm gonna press these plates down. The builds for the big city stuff are pretty simple most of the time. Like, they don't really include a full building, more of just like a building, but no back wall. There is no sticker on this side though, so this does look kind of plain. I feel like they could have done better with the front. Looks good, but the sides are kind of weird, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's it for the toy store. So the Iron Man figure is not included in this, but if you've seen Iron Man 2, you'll get it. But for the donut shop, it is a pretty good build. Like, for the most part, it's really good. Of course, it says City Coffee, but I'm gonna call it the donut shop because it's called the donut shop opening. So, of course, inside, you do have a door that can be pushed open and closed. You do have an ATM where nothing's inside, but what is weird about this ATM is I'm gonna take it off here. But if you break off this piece, oh, I just sort of broke the whole thing. There is $1 on the top, which I don't know why they included that. It's sort of weird. It's like to fill in that gap, but they could have used a different piece there instead of that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. See, and it falls out sometimes. It usually gets pretty stuck in there because of all the friction and all, but it's pretty easy to fall out. Inside, you do have a seating area and some donuts and pastries in there, and a little coffee maker and some more pastries. You do have a menu. I wish there was more seating instead of just 2 seats and a tiny table. If they would have moved this back so there wasn't 4 studs of room and all of that back there, I wish they would have moved it back so that you can have more seating. But for the most part, this is pretty good. There is a cool feature at the front where they do have 2 gold flags, but the main feature of this whole donut shop thing, it's probably the biggest feature of the set, is, I'm sorry, Tony Stark, but if you press this down, oh, that was really uneventful. But if you press this down hard enough, the donut goes rolling. Of course, poor Tony Stark was inside the donut. But this is a really fun play feature, and I feel like kids will have fun with this. You can have like the robber by the ATM and then the donut fall. Oh, missed. But I've done it before where the donut will hit the robber. But yeah. I wonder like how I sort of lost the Tony Stark figure in that one since it rolled off my desk. I'll find him later. But yeah, you could probably like, I don't know if this sounds cruel or not, but you could line up some figures and have the donut like crush them or something. I mean, that's kind of violent. So yeah, but you could do that. Or you could have the toy shop getting crushed. Like, you could cause a lot of chaos with this little feature. of just a donut rolling off of a building. But pretty fun play feature. And yeah, it just connects by 1x4 jumper. And there's really no details on the side. See, the dollar just fell out again. So that's really annoying though. I wish they didn't have that there. But yeah, pretty cool. I like the donut shop. Yeah. That's really it for this. Donut up close. They do have some printing on each of these donuts. They are the same, and the middle's sort of the weird part about it. They try to cover it up and make it round. This is what connects to the red 1x4 jumper. The inside is a square, which is quite annoying, but the rest of it is round. I do like these pieces. Those are pretty good. And yeah, I do love the printing on this. I love these donut pieces, and I know a lot of fans of Lego and adult fans will really love to get this donut just for the sprinkles printing. So yeah, it's a really cool donut build, and I like how it turned out. So for the instructions, you do get a lot of instructions. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instruction booklets. So for the first one, it tells you how to build the taxi, the motorcycle, and we'll just see the front. Yeah, the taxi and the motorcycle and some of the figures. On the back, Lego Life and the Win. The second one tells you how to build the news van. On the back of this one, just shows you putting the figures in there. For the third one, you build the toy store. Back of this one just shows the toy store complete. So this one uses bag 4 and 5. This one does build the coffee shop and coffee cart. Back of this one actually does have some ads for the Space Wave. Does also have, so once you're done, it shows it complete. And then the piece count. So yeah, the piece count, which takes a lot. And then some ads for the Space Wave, which, yeah, pretty cool. I did like this set though. That set's pretty cool. For the the fifth instruction, but for the sixth one, this tells you how to build part of the crane. Back of this one just shows part of the crane complete. And of course, this one builds the donut and the rest of the crane. So at the end of this one, you build the donut. It shows you where to put that. On the back, just shows the crane putting on the donut with the robber robbing the ATM. So yeah, that's it for the 6 instruction manuals. I do like how it encourages family building by including instructions for each little individual thing, but 6 instruction manuals is quite a lot when some other sets just include 1. So yeah. So the box is really big for this set. It's quite a large box for a sort of tiny set, but the back of the box does show some of the features of, well, first off, the crane and all. You got the robber, you got the toy shop, him arresting the robber, the donut shop, and then the donut falling off up top here, and just some other things all around. So yeah, that's really it for the packaging. Now let's move on to my final verdict. So for what you get here, it's everything except for the Tony Stark figure. It's pretty good. I don't know if I would recommend it because, I mean, the pricing is $90, and that's good because usually the big city sets and stuff are like $100, $120, so getting it for $90 is pretty good. I mean, it only comes with 790 pieces, which should be around $80, but if you're not looking at the price, the volume of stuff you get here, I'm gonna have to say $70 set. I mean, you do get a lot of figures, but they're really simple and they're not really well detailed, which is quite annoying. And I do like the crane, and I love the donut, and I feel like that play feature of the donut rolling is really awesome. The toy store could have used more toys. And for the most part, this is a pretty okay set. Like, if you like what you see, definitely get it. Like, I'm not saying this is a bad set. Just for the pricing and all, it's kind of a bad set. But if you like what you get, I feel like you'll have fun with this. Like, I feel like there's a lot of potential in here. So that's why it's not, like, bad, but it's not good, if you know what I mean. And, of course, if you do have a Tony Stark figure, now you do have a Randy's donut, I guess. So, yeah. I would have to give this a B-. For what it is, there's a lot of good stuff about it. And there's a lot of fun things that you can do, especially with the donut rolling. And the crane, this is pretty good. I do love that front again. But it's a good set. B-. That's what I'll have to give it. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and look out for my next videos. Bye.